Hey everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. We are going to be working with the collection from Bella Boulevard called Let's Go on an Adventure. It's outdoorsy, it's fun, it's got little critters on it, it's like camping, perfect for summer. I have a million pictures I could use with this collection. I really like it. So I actually didn't buy the collection because the collection itself had 20 papers in it, the collection kit. So I don't like having extras of things, and I knew that I wouldn't use all those papers, so I bought all my papers individually. I will link the papers that I end up using below, and I'll have a material list in the description box of which papers I ended up using. I used 4 sheets of cardstock from Stampin' Up, 2 Sahara sand, and 2 early Espresso. You could easily use like a grayish brown for the light color and just like a really rich, dark, barky kind of dark wood color if you don't have Stampin' Up cardstock. Okay, so first off, I put aside the journaling cards paper that I picked out. We're going to cut that up and use that as embellishments on our pages. This striped paper, because I order everything online, so I don't see these in person. So I just ordered the papers I thought I would like and then gave myself the option to eliminate a few. That striped paper, I normally love it as an accent, but it didn't have enough of the greens and blues and brown colors that I was looking for. It was way too multicolored. Okay, so that map paper up there, if you start cutting that kind of paper up, it loses its meaning. So I wanted that map kind of paper to be my background paper so that you could see the whole paper. I also love this blue mountain paper as a background. I think it has more impact as that size, and it doesn't really go with the rest of the collection as far as colors. Now that green colored cardstock, or green colored pattern paper, it has blues and greens on it, and the back side is a very neutral color, so I chose it as an accent because I could flip it over and use either side. And then I chose this one flower paper here as a background as well, so that I could sort of create a flower themed page with some of my embellishments that would coordinate well with that. Again, that cloud blue paper is going to be my second accent paper because the back side of it is also very neutral. It has words on it, and so I can really choose to use either side depending what I want to do. And then I really love that fox paper. It also incorporates the blue color, and I'm going to use that as another background paper. Let's go ahead and we'll get started. We have cutting diagrams in my tutorial videos, and I just kind of want to let you know how to read them. So there's the number in top in inches, and that's going to be the size that we're going to cut that cut piece into. And there's a number below it in a circle. So a lot of the times we're making 4 pages or 6 pages when we're using these cutting diagrams, and all these cut pieces can sort of get very disorganized. So that number inside of the circle there represents a pile that you're going to put that cut piece into. So for a 4-page tutorial, we're going to make 4 piles, and for a 6-page tutorial, we're going to make 6 piles. So the numbers are going to be either 1 through 4 or 1 through 6. So page 1 is going to have all the cut pieces that have a circle with the number 1 inside, and so on for the 4 or 6 pages. So now we're going to go ahead and take all pieces of our cardstock, and we are going to cut 1 inch in, 1 inch from the top, and 1 inch from the bottom. And we're going to make a straight line on all 4 sides of each of these pieces of cardstock. What we're basically doing is cutting a 10 by 10 inch square out of the center of this piece of cardstock. The border is going to be put into our pile, and the center, the 10 by 10 inch center, is going to be put to the side, and we're going to be cutting it with another cutting diagram as soon as we're done cutting out all of these squares. go ahead and cut the backgrounds for our pages. So we are going to be cutting the barcode strip off along with 1/2 inch and then 1/2 inch on the other side. So we're going to be making an 11.5 inch by 11.5 inch square for all of our background papers. So something I like to do once in a while is when I'm putting my photo mats on my page, instead of putting them straight on the across from each other like they were right there, sometimes I like to stagger them. So this 4x6 photo area I'm going to put higher, and then my 3x4 photo area I'm going to put lower. And what this does is to underneath that 4x6 photo area and above that 3x4 photo area, now I'm going to have two spaces where I can put clusters of embellishments. So rather than having a straight line there, now I created two distinct spaces where I can put embellishments. So that's something I kind of think about when I think about how my page is being put together, is where my embellishments are going to go. And I always like to cluster my embellishments sort of so that they're touching my photo mats, and then I work my way out. Or I make them touch the borders of my 12x12 page and make them work in. So this is just something to think about when you're creating your pages. Now we're going to go ahead and get started putting on the embellishments, and I could have easily made so many pages with this collection because we do a lot of outdoor stuff, we do a lot of camping, and we live on an acreage out in the country. So even when we're not like officially going camping or officially going on some kind of adventure or holiday, a lot of this paper could still apply just to where we live even. So here I'm just putting out all the embellishments. So I ended up buying the ephemera words and the ephemera icons, I think it's called, and then this chipboard sticker. So I didn't get the normal 12x12 sticker sheet this time because I bought all of the paper as individual sheets instead of buying in the collection. As I said before, the reason why I did this, there was just too many papers in the collection for it to be worth it. I would have had too much for leftovers. But having all these embellishments to work with you could easily change up the theme of these pages. They don't have to be about camping. They could just be about getting out of the city, going for a walk, going on an adventure. They could be about kayaking. They don't have to be about camping. But this page here, I wanted it to be sort of mountain themed. We have visited the mountains often. We live near the Rocky Mountains, so I always have a lot of pictures of mountain scenery and things like that. So I wanted this just to be, I wanted this to really play with the background paper, which is the blues and the grays, and also the mountains itself. So everything on this page is sort of about camping, and I ended up putting on a bunch of hearts on this page, like that's sort of the element shape that I use to tie in the bottom and the top. As you can see here, I have 3 hearts on the page, and they kind of make a big triangle. I like to do that once in a while if I can. And then those hearts at the top say nothing beats this view, and then I put 2 more hearts, one that says love this and one that says pure joy. And then I put in that top right corner, there's kind of a blank spot there, so I ended up trying to find a banner piece that could anchor to the outside edge of the page just to kind of fill that spot a little bit. And I ended up finding one in a brown tone, which matches the brown cardstock, that says nature is good for you. Okay, you could easily have put like a journaling card on this page if you want to journal more, or you could have put like another 3x4 photo area, but I just chose to leave it the way it was. I probably would have done more pages with this collection, or at least put more pictures on the pages, but I do have more camping paper planned with some other collections as well, so I didn't really worry too much about trying to use up all of my pictures with one collection, because I do know that I have more outdoor paper coming. So here, this page, I wanted to incorporate these critters, and I just love doing that. And for me, this isn't, it's not like I have pictures of foxes or bears, but I do have just some outdoor pictures of us kayaking. We actually do like overnight kayak trips with the kids. So we do kind of 2 different forms of camping. We do like glamping, I call it, which is like we have a lake lot and we have a 5th-wheel camper there attached to a deck. We have a well and we have a powered service there. So that's, to me, like, I don't know, it's more like a second house than it is really camping. But then we also do, I guess, more rugged kind of camping, more backpacking type, but we go on kayaks. So we have to measure our food, we have to weigh everything that we take. We can only take like a couple changes of clothes per person. We have to, and we were really roughing it. We don't have running water. We really have to go to the bathroom outside. Just things like that. That to me is more backwoods kind of camping than going to a lake lot that's fully set up. But we do both of those things. We actually do overnight kayak trips with our kids. We're planning to go for 3 nights in July, and we're really looking forward to it. It's a lot of work and it's great exercise, but it's a great way to disconnect and unwind. It's super peaceful and quiet. We go to lakes that have no access to motorboats, so it's very quiet. Anyways, back to the pages here. So with the critters, like on the last page, and even with this here, you'll see that I do a lot of layering with trees and some kind of element. So the last one was a bear, but this one is that sign. And just by placing the trees behind and then the element and then a tree in front, it sort of creates like a depth in that, and it creates like a scene, I guess. And then here, I love this saying that says, let's wander where the Wi-Fi is weak. I just think that's like, that's what camping and that's what being outdoors and being in the woods is all about. So I really like those elements on the page, but like I said before, if I use things on my pages that don't really fit your theme or fit your pictures or fit the mood of your pictures, you could easily change out the embellishments, and you can make, I mean, it's scrapbooking is very much so journaling, or almost like a diary. It's you showing the person that's reading it what you like. It's showing them how you're feeling, it's showing them your emotion, showing them how you're feeling. And the quotes that you choose to use on the pages, or the journaling that you choose to put on the pages, or the titling, I mean, right down to the pictures that you choose to put on it, that's what's telling the story. And it's no different than just journaling, like in a diary, or writing things down. This is just like an artistic way of doing that. And so I definitely don't think that everything needs to be copied exactly what I do, because things might mean something different to you, especially when you have this many embellishments to work with. Like, there's so many embellishments left. Like, this is my last page. Look at all the embellishments that are left. You could easily be telling different stories on these pages than what I am. And so yeah, I encourage you guys to really dig deep with your emotions and in any kind of page or any kind of theme that you're doing, and really tell the story of what you're saying and what your pictures are portraying. This I Love Adventure title ended up being, it sort of angles down, and when you're doing it and you're sitting at the angle that I'm at, you don't really see that as much as when you're over top of it. So I went ahead and I fixed it after. But I didn't see that while I was on camera. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching today's tutorial. We will see you guys next week with a new tutorial video. Thank you guys so much for watching.